Hello, and welcome back to the In My Thoughts podcast. Your host, Robert Rudolph, and today, for some reason, that little intro I just did, this is like number 5, like 5 times I've done it, and I have no idea why. I guess I'm not really on my square or something like that, which we're going to talk about in a future episode, but that's not today. So, last week today, the Chris Brown album dropped, right? Indigo. Now, y'all might not know, but I'm a huge Chris Brown fan. And before I get into really what I want to talk about today, that album's fire. Like, you haven't listened to it? I haven't listened to nothing else since. Now, today, Revenge of the Dreamers 3 dropped. So I'm really on that right now. But that Chris Brown album's fire. I don't care what nobody say. Don't at me, don't do nothing. Don't tell me that his previous was better. Don't tell me on no other album. This Chris Brown album is fire. But that's not about what I'm talking about today. So, I was at work last week, and I was talking to my coworker, and then she was pretty much just asking, "What do I have any plans for for the end of the summer? Pretty much like that. Am I going on any trips? Am I doing anything special? XYZ?" And I got a couple things going on, nothing too crazy. But the one thing I told her, I was like, in September I'm hitting the Chris Brown concert, and she was like, "Are you serious?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm hitting the Chris Brown concert." And I was telling her about how we got floor seats. We right in the front. I'm excited because, like I said, I'm a really big Chris Brown fan. And basically, she was telling me how I should be ashamed of myself for listening to Chris Brown. And I was like, what? Like, I couldn't really fathom what she was trying to tell me because whatever. But she was pretty much saying, it's like, oh, you know what he's done in the past, XYZ. You know what type of dude he is. And I don't know dude, so that throws that right out the window. But pretty much she was getting at, like, you know everything he's accused of, and you know this and that. I don't understand why you're a Chris Brown fan. And I was just like, well, you know, it's to each his own. It's like, I understand why you don't want to listen to his music, and that's cool, but I'm an avid Chris Brown listener. Like, that's just me personally. And she was like, oh, you should be ashamed of yourself, XYZ. And usually when people try to tell me what I should and shouldn't do, you really don't have, your opinion doesn't weigh on me in the slightest. No one's going to tell me what to do. But like I said, this is my coworker, so why not? Let's have the conversation. I was trying to explain. I was just like, listen, like, there's a lot of ways you can combat this argument. Like I said, this ain't no argument. I do whatever I want. I'm a grown man. But to save face, let's have this conversation. Pretty much what I was telling her, I was like, listen, you gotta realize, well, this is what I said. I said, number one, everything that he's saying, like, the majority of what Chris Brown has done wrong is when he was younger. So people change. The man's 30 now, so if you're still holding him to what he did in the past, like I said, your personal preference, I personally am not going to do that. From what Chris Brown has been accused of and what he has done, I'm not holding him to that today, me personally. But the one thing I told her, I said, no matter what, if you like Chris Brown or not, you reserve the right to listen or not to listen to his music. I have no problem with it. But no one's going to tell me who I can and cannot listen to. So that's kind of like all right, let's give another example, right? I personally stopped listening to R. Kelly's music after everything came out and the allegations. Like I said, once... Like, I always, like, for me personally, I knew something was up, of course, but once the whole documentary came out, I made a sound decision not to listen to the music no more. I'm cool. Do I have beef with anybody who still wants to listen to that music? Absolutely not. That's not my place to tell you who you should or should not listen to from the allegations they have or have not. It's not really that deep to me. Why would I care what someone else is doing in anything? And I never really understood. Like, getting off of that, just in general, who cares? Like, it's like when people, like, all right, so this past week, all over my feed was Lil Nas X is gay, Lil Nas X comes out of the closet, XYZ, and I was just like, okay, that's cool, but why is it such a big thing? Why is it all over my timeline? If that man is gay, let that man live his truth, let that man be him. Like, what is the conversation really to be having? It's not my life, that's his. So if he wants to do whatever he wants, that's on him. And I'm happy for him if he wants. If this is true, I'm happy for him. Live your truth, bro. Do whatever you want to do. But why is it such a thing? Why is it everywhere? Like, that's not my life. So I never understand when people try to tell other people what they should do with their lives. It's like, whatever you doing on that side, that is you. That's your business. I'm not jumping in on anything you're doing. For what? That's not my life. That's not my move. I've never moved like that in the slightest. So, like I said, I listen to Chris. I will always listen to Chris. Some people listen to R. Kelly still. That's them. Who am I to tell you what you can and cannot listen to? And that goes for, like, I remember back in the day when social media wasn't as big and people kind of just, like, whatever they did, it was kind of not necessarily on closed doors, because like I said, it's not a secret or anything like that. But I feel as though now people want to be way too involved in people's lives. Like, it's like, okay, I'm not talking politics with nobody if I don't want to. That's not me. I'm not, like, I see people having drawn out arguments with other people who they don't know and don't know their circumstances, and they're just yelling. I mean, not yelling, of course it's over social media and stuff like that, but they're typing huge long paragraphs. I don't have the time to type a huge long paragraph to nobody that I don't know. Now, don't get me wrong. I know a couple of my friends who hear this are going to be like, Rob, you say long text messages all the time. That's different. We're friends. If you're my friend, you're going to get them long text messages. That's just how it go. But for people that I don't know, your opinion doesn't weigh on me in the slightest. For me to get on social media and argue with you for hours just because of your opinion. At the end of the day, I don't know you. I don't know your circumstances. I could care less on how you feel, because your life moves with you. And how you move is how you see fit. And I'm going to move my way because this is my life and I do what I want. But I never really felt the need to try to argue with somebody about their opinions. Now, don't get me wrong. When I'm with the homies or something, all right, recently, what I've been arguing about is, like, DiGiorno pizza versus Red Baron. I'm sorry, Red Baron pizza's trash to me, and anybody who say that, you're trash. Like, that's jokingly, but that's the extent of what I'm doing. Like, me and my boys are arguing over cereal. Like, what's better cereals? Honeycomb's trash, just letting you know. But Lucky Charms, Fruit Loop, like, we arguing over that, or arguing over, like, rap topics. But to get serious and in your bag over politics and sexual preferences and people's past, like, at the end of the day, everybody got to realize that you do what you want in your life. The repercussions that you get are the repercussions that come to you because of what you've done. Did I say that right? You know what? Scratch that, because I don't even know if I really got that out properly. But basically what I'm saying is, don't let no one tell you what you can and cannot do. And don't let no one try to persuade you. Listen, at the end of the day, we can all disagree. No one's perfect. No one's going to be 100% with someone else on every single level. But at the end of the day, I've never really seen the point in trying to tell somebody what they can and cannot do. Like, I'll be damned to have a conversation over, like, in the comments, arguing with someone that I have no idea. Like, I'll never see you. I know nothing about you. We're not even friends on no social media. Why am I talking to you? Why am I, like, going to get in my bag and argue with you? Like, and that's never been me. I'm not the arguing type. When I get to a certain octave of level when I'm arguing with someone in person, I don't even believe myself. You're like, Rob, shut up. Like, you getting loud for what? You know you're not a loud dude. Like, that's not your thing. Like, now, when I'm with the homies, that's totally different. We argue, we yell, stuff like that all the time. But these are my brothers. These are my homies. But just in general, I'm not a loud dude. I'm not really the one to be like, yo, I can't believe you're doing this X, Y, Z because of what? For what? Like, at the end of the day, when you really think about it, I could yell at you until I'm blue in the face. You're going to make your own decisions. You're going to do what you want to do. So, like I said, I light argue. Fast food, Chick-fil-A versus McDonald's. I'm sorry, you say McDonald's and you're trash, but I'm just saying. Or, like, I was arguing over Grotto's versus Little Caesars. Who's the worst pizza? Me personally, I say Grotto's the worst pizza, way worse than Little Caesars. But some of my homies really caught me by surprise when they said it the other way around. But that's what we're arguing about, little stuff. We're not really getting into the bag of how dare you listen to Chris Brown for what he... Listen, man, it's my phone, it's my AirPods or earbuds, whatever. I paid my money to go see Chris Brown, and if that's not how you want to spend your money, or that's not what you want to do because your personal business, I respect it, because at the end of the day, you're standing your ground. I'm never going to get mad at anybody who's standing their ground. Do your thing. But that's you standing your ground. That's your thing. Don't come over here with mine and trying to tell me what to do. And like I said, this is my coworker, so I ain't, like, you know, I ain't feel no tight way, because like I said, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. But I wasn't like mad or anything like that. I had the conversation. She still feels how she feels. She still was like, I can't believe you're gonna go see a Chris Brown concert. What if it was your daughter? XYZ. Listen, we can have that conversation if I feel like it, but at the end of the day, you're not going to tell me what I can and cannot listen to. It's not your life. You do what you want. I'm never going to throw my opinions on anybody else, because those are my opinions. Those are my conjured up thoughts that I came up with from trials and tribulations and experience and stuff like that. But that's really where it ends. My opinion is my opinion, and you have the right to have yours. But who am I to pretty much try to tell you that your opinion's wrong and I need to come and like why is my opinion that important that I need to like throw that on somebody and argue to the death? I don't give a damn. Like I don't care. And like I remember when stuff like that wasn't so pushed to the forefront. Like, again, at the end of the day, everybody has opinions and stuff like that, but who am I to argue my opinion with yours? It's an opinion. It's not fact. It's not either conjured up thoughts that grow and manifest and stuff like that, but they're ours. They're biased. People have different experiences, so we don't come up with the same end result, and that's okay. We're all human. We're different. If we were all the same, everything's pretty boring here, so it's fine. But like I said, who am I to tell you? Like I said, I'll tell you how I feel, but I'm never going to judge you or anything like that, and I'm not going to try to put you down or anything because of the fact of you do you. I can only do me, and like I said, it is what it is. But I just thought it was that conversation needs to be had, not the conversation of what versus what. Is why does it matter to you so bad, or what I'm doing over here? Like, for what? Like, what are we going to gain with us arguing? I don't know you. Not saying I don't care to know you, but like, listen, your opinion is your opinion. I respect it, but that's where it ends for me. I'm never gonna. Your opinion is not fact. I live my life by what I want to do. And no matter who it is, it could be my friends, it could be my family, anybody. At the end of the day, it's like certain people I'll have that conversation with just because of where your status is with me. But at the end of the day, it's up to me to make my own decisions. That's really it. And for anybody who feels that their opinion is fact to the point they want to argue to the death, I really look at you like, for what? Like, I want to have that conversation with someone to be like, why is it so important for you to take what you've conjured up and what you know and stuff like that, and why is what you say is so important to the fact that you need to belittle someone else on how they feel? Like, why does what I do over here bother you? Like, what? Like, at the end of the day, we're here having this conversation, but I go home and so do you. And when we go home, our conversation is over. Like, that's that. I don't see the point. And like I said, no matter what, it's a judgment call. If you don't want to listen to certain people because of stuff, or you don't want to do certain things because of other situations that's happening, that's totally fine. That's your business and that's your personal preference. But for anybody who feels that their opinions are facts, and no matter what, they're going to just argue you to the death, I'm like, please explain to me what's the point. Like, at the end of the day, is anything really, not necessarily is anything going to change, but is it worth it? Like I said, I'm not arguing with nobody over a personal preference, and definitely not a Chris Brown ticket. Shoot, I'll tell you this right now. The ticket's already bought. The album's already listened to. I'm going to the Chris Brown the concert. So it is what it is. And like I said, this isn't nothing against my coworker or anything like that. I just thought it was an interesting conversation to have with someone, because at the end of the day, it's like they were not, like I said, you ain't gonna belittle me. Like, you do what you want. You can say what you want. I'm going to the concert. But it was just funny to have somebody to just be like, "How I can't believe you." I don't think she said "how dare you." If she did, she probably was saying like, she was being extra. It wasn't like she was being like serious or anything like that. But it was to the point, it's like, I can't believe you. I would never think that you would like him because of the way you... Like, man, shut up. I'm no one trying to hear that. I'm bumping this Chris Brown, dog. And like I said, that album's fire, so it is what it is. But that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about. It's like, at the end of the day, don't let nobody's opinion persuade you from what you want to do. Like, it's not that deep. Like I said, we're all different, and everybody's thoughts are their thoughts. Oh, that almost swung into the little sign-off draw. I'm gonna get it right, trust me. But that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about. I know this episode is kind of late because it was the holidays, so I've been mad busy. But I got a couple things in the tuck, so you will be seeing me soon back on here with a little bit more to say. But that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about. But like I always say, if you stumbled across my podcast or you listen to my podcast regularly, just remember that your thoughts and feelings are just as important as mine are to me. So you do what you want. And like I said, don't let no one deter you from listening to anything, especially not that Chris Brown album. I don't care what anybody say. That's on fire. But like I said, this is Robert from the In My Thoughts podcast. I hope everybody has a great day. I'm wishing everybody happiness and success. And I'll see y'all the next time I upload.